Hey everybody, what's up? My Fallout 4 review will be out next month. So, since I'm finally playing and reviewing Fallout 4, I want to do a couple of videos talking about my favorite characters and my favorite areas in the Fallout series. The first character I'm going to start off with is the Master. The Master is one of the best antagonists in video game history. The Master is a fascinating character, and I'm going to tell you why he is one of my favorite characters in the Fallout series. There are spoilers in this video, you have been warned. The Master is the main antagonist in Fallout 1. Fallout 1 is very bleak and dark, and the Master fits in very well. Who is the Master? Well, let's talk a little about his history. Before he was known as the Master, he was known as Richard Mariu. He was a resident of Vault 8, later known as Vault City, where he worked as a doctor. He was kicked out of Vault 8 for murder. After that, he changed his name to Richard Gray, and he eventually settled in the Hub. And in the Hub, he met a prominent trader named Harold. After witnessing attacks on Harold's caravan by mutated creatures, Harold and Richard decided to join a team of scientists who mounted an expedition to find out the source behind the mutated creatures. They eventually ended up at the Mariposa military base. The US government at that time was experimenting with the Forced Evolutionary Virus, also known as FEV. They were attacked by the base's defense systems and mutated creatures. Richard and Harold were the only ones that weren't killed. Harold escaped, but Richard wasn't so lucky. He was forced into a vat of FEV, and that's when he turned into the Master. This entity would absorb other creatures and humans, and eventually merged itself with the computer equipment inside the base. I guess you can say Richard died at the Mariposa military base and the Master was born. So, what does the Master want to do? What is this entity's goals? The Master wants to turn every single human into a super mutant by using the Forced Evolutionary Virus. The Master believes that if everyone is one single race, then it will eliminate the differences that caused the nuclear war. Alright, that was a little history about the Master. If you want to learn more, I will leave links in the description. There's more history, but I don't want to make this video too long, but that's the gist of it. Now, why is the Master one of my favorite characters in the Fallout series? Let me explain. The way the Master is introduced to the player in Fallout 1 is brilliant. The Master is like a mystery you have to solve. He doesn't pop up in front of you and tell you he's the antagonist. He doesn't gloat, he doesn't antagonize you as you play the game. You have to find out about him. At the beginning of the game, your goal is to get a water chip. After that, you hear reports about super mutants and you're trying to figure out why there are so many of them. But you don't find out about the Master until the end of the game. That's right, at the very end you find out about this entity when a developer introduces the main antagonist at the end of the game. That shows confidence, and I think that's pretty risky. When a game's main antagonist is introduced at the end, the developer has to make sure that this character is memorable. This character has to be able to stand on its own, with its dialogue, its background, and its interaction with the character. The character does not have the whole game to make an impact, it only has a limited amount of time. So when a developer does that, I think it shows confidence, but it's very risky. But in Fallout 1, it paid off because the Master is a fantastic character, very interesting, great voice acting, and the dialogue between you and the Master is memorable. I remember getting to the end of Fallout 1. This was my first time playing the game. It was late at night, and when I saw the Master for the first time, it creeped me the fuck out. The Master is one scary looking motherfucker, and I can't forget its voice. It's pretty creepy too. I'm not a timid person. I don't get scared very easily, but when I first played Fallout 1 and I encountered the Master for the first time, I have to say, I was creeped out. One of my favorite quotes from the Master is this: "So what shall it be? Do you join the Unity, or do you die here? join, die, join, die. That was my terrible impression. Let's hear it straight from the source.
So what shall it be? Do you join the Unity, or do you die here?
Join.
Die!
Join.
Die!
That's good voice acting, right? The man part of the Master is played by Jim Cummings. He's a well-known voice actor. I don't know who plays the woman voice. The Master has different personalities. That's why you hear the woman and the man going back and forth when you talk to him. But there's something else I want to talk about. The conversation that you have with the Master, the way he explains his vision of the world and the unity, and he's right and you're wrong, and the different outcomes that can come of that conversation based on your choice. You just don't go in there and start fighting. You have a conversation with this guy, and it's open-ended and it depends on your choices. And to me, that's one of the things that makes Fallout a great CRPG. You have this great antagonist, and you don't automatically get into a fight. It's not as soon as you see this entity, you have to kill him. There are different ways out of this situation, and that's one of the things that helps make Fallout a great CRPG. And I hope we see more role-playing games do things like that in the future. Take risk, take chances. There's more than one way to win a fight. You don't always have to win a battle just by killing the person or just jumping straight into a battle. There are more ways to handle a situation. And if you call yourself a role-playing game, you should present different opportunities, different ways to handle situations, especially with the main antagonist. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. What's your opinion on the Master? Let me know. You can leave a comment or you can message me on Twitter. I can't wait to give you my opinion on Fallout 4. But in the meantime, I will be doing more videos like this, and don't forget, my review for Arcanum of Steamworks Magic Obscura will come out sometime this month. Have a great day.